Yo!
Here.
We are back for live with the Mature Kids. I am Helene.
It's your favorite customizer. Oh,
no, my bad.
Good. Let the girls go. We're gonna
I'm
probably introduce you after this one.
Oh, my bad.
I don't think we can hear Dani. No, we can't hear Dani.
Dani, say something. No, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
No. Should be good until it go live.
Right.
Well,
go ahead and introduce our guest while we wait for Dani to come back.
Yes, we have our guest, the one and only, the infamous Waybeforethefame, Nicholas, whichever. I guess he doesn't mind either.
Don't. Either way works.
But if you don't know about Waybeforethefame, you slacking. If you remember my picture with the taxis and the Salinas shirt, that's Waybeforethefame right there. Too. Yeah, I love that picture. That picture is amazing. Shout out to Dani. She alright sometimes.
I took it, I do a bit sometimes.
You want to introduce yourself, Hype Bay?
Oh, everybody knows me. I'm Dani, aka Hype Bay, aka Caramel Wonder on Instagram, Tech Bay, Sock Lady, you name it. I wear many hats. Yeah, that's me. What's poppin'?
She's got many personalities.
What you trying to say?
I think she said it.
Just saying.
Y'all Aggie.
Many hats. Yeah, that's me.
Trying to post it on Insta.
Facts, aka just got them.
Tonight's topic is friendship.
Yes.
We are not specifically talking about friendship on Instagram. We are talking about friendship in general. Because everybody has a different definition of friendship. There are a couple different levels of friendships. And I would like to hear what everybody in the chat has to say about friendships. But let's start with Word. What's your definition of a friend?
Yikes. Well, I'm one of the few people who seem to believe that there are different levels to friendship. But for me, when it comes to friends, I mean, it's just a person, like a true friend, someone you consider a friend, is just someone who's gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, whether it's something you want to hear or don't want to hear. My biggest thing with my friends is don't be a yes man. Like don't be that parent that tells their kid they can sing and lets me go up on stage and get booed off. You know what I'm saying? Be that friend that stops me from doing something crazy before I do it, or at least after I do it, they get me out of it. You know what I mean? But to me, that's all I care about is loyalty. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure you wouldn't let anybody talk bad about me. All those good things, all the things you would want me to do for you. Do those same things.
Dani, what's your definition of a friend?
I think Word pretty much hit the nail on the head. I'm gonna say the biggest thing is loyalty, and somebody who is not gonna yes man me to death. Like a friend should be somebody that can pull me to the side when I'm doing something funky and say, hey, you know what, you're doing something funky. I need you to step back and rethink this. They should be able to be honest with me no matter what. You know what I'm saying? If my feelings are hurt or not. If I'm doing something good, tell me I'm doing something good. If I need to improve on something, tell me I need to improve on something. Just like if I'm doing something bad, tell me that what I'm doing is bad. a person who's a friend should be able to keep it 100 with you no matter what. I mean, feelings get hurt. You talk about it and you move on to the next thing.
Okay. Nick, what is your definition of a friend?
My definition of friend is complex, honestly. I tell people this, I have this conversation a lot with people. So, like, my definition of a friend is, like, in my opinion, I have maybe, like, 6 friends. Like, friends. Right. But, like, my definition of a friend is someone that, like, if I have a flat tire at 1 a.m., you would come and get me. Like, it doesn't matter, like, situation, you know what I mean? Like, it could be someone I met a year ago. It could be someone I met 10 years ago. Like, it doesn't really, like, for me, a friend is like I've gone to conventions with a bunch of different people, but they aren't my friends.
Right.
Just because we even, like, share a table together, share a hotel together, we could hang out for weeks together. You're still not my friend. Like, you don't even know my mom. Like, I can't call you my friend if you don't even know, like, the serious things about me. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if we are breaking $1 million together. I would not consider you my friend.
Right.
It's like a friend to me is kind of like what you both said, and then, like, just someone that, like, is like, you don't even have. I feel like you have to speak to them not every day, but consistently enough where it's like you can hit them up whenever, and it's not like, damn, what are you doing? Like, you could just stay on the phone for hours, like, and talking about nonsense.
Right. And even if there is like a time lapse in your conversation, you should be able to pick up right where you left off, because a friend is going to understand, life happens.
Exactly.
You're doing things, I'm doing things, but that don't mean we still don't love each other as friends.
Yeah.
BX is looking to become an ex-friend if he keeps talking about the Cowboys in the chat.
So I agree with everything that everybody else says, but I approach all my relationships, whether it be networking, friendship, just getting to know you, dating you. I approach it with the same thing, and I call it hot, honest, open, and transparent. Because if I can't be transparent with somebody, why should I be able to call you my friend? If I can't be honest with you, why should I be able to call you my friend? If you should be able to approach somebody who you call your friend and have them be honest with you, but it's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like in this society that we live in, we don't have very many friends, and it's hard for me because I'm seeing my nieces grow up and think that these people that they play with all the time are really their friends, and then she ends up getting her feelings hurt for whatever reason, and I have to explain to her, maybe that's not your friend. And so that's where my idea on what is friendship, like how many different definitions, and I think there's an infinite amount of definitions when it comes to friends, but if you have a couple key factors and you keep those in mind, then you'll know that, hey, that person is my friend by my own definition.
Right.
Yeah.
But a friendship isn't just a one-way street.
It shouldn't be.
And I feel like that's how people approach their relationships a lot of the time. Is like, hey, what can I get out of this?
Yeah, that's another thing. I feel like a lot of people use people, and, like, they look at that term, and it's like there's times where you can use someone and it's okay. Like, as long as you don't misuse them. Like, you could, like, I could be like, yo, word, let's do a shoot together, and I'm using her because she's a good, like, that's what she does. But I'm not misusing it. I'm not doing it in a way where it's like sneaky, where, like,
I'm you pay me $5.
Yeah, 4,000. Like, yeah, like, it's okay to use someone. Like, I could be like, yo, Dani, let's do a collab on shirts. Let's tie-dye shirts. I'm using you. Like, we're using each other in a way where, like, you tie-dye a shirt, I print it. And like that, it's a give and take. Like, that's what a friendship, or even not even a friendship, but that's how a relationship should be.
Right.
But, like, nowadays it's definitely not like that. It's like exactly like me give you $5 to do a shoe, and then I sell it for $4,000.
Right.
And then I think people nowadays, particularly like the youth, like kids my son's age, who's like 16, they throw that term friend around so loosely, and it makes me wonder if technology has a fault in that. Whereas like when we were kids, we were outside more and making those close knit connections, the human contact connections, seeing how people moved, being able to look in someone's eyes, to kind of feel out their intentions. Whereas now these connections are being made via like smartphones and
Yeah.
computers and online gaming. It's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I
there's a
mean, but
disconnect.
our friendship started through Instagram,
Yeah, yeah, it
but it
has.
was like it was up to us to define the difference between oh, that's my friend on Instagram, and oh no, that's really my friend. Like, I can sit on the phone with Word while she's working on a shoe. We're not saying anything. I'm playing Animal Crossing, or we're just going about our daily lives, but we're on the phone
Yeah.
and we don't have to be talking. It's not awkward. The silence
Right.
is not awkward. And I think at some points, like when we're having bad days, the silence is just something that we need, but that person's there.
Right.
Right, to
And
make
Right.
you laugh or
yeah.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The comfort. Like I
Right.
hustle up turnips.
And mind you,
Yeah.
it's like a 3 hour time difference between us and Hella, because she's on the West Coast, we're on the East Coast. But like if I feel like I really, really need to talk to somebody and it's like 9 o'clock here and I can't call nobody but Hella, she might be mad I woke her up early as hell because she gotta get up for work, but she gonna listen. She gonna
Mm-hmm.
Right.
listen because that's the type of relationship we've built outside of just Instagram.
And
Yeah.
even further to Shell, who's 14 hours off of us. And
Right.
we talk to her all the time. Like we talk to her more than people in our time zone, which
Yeah.
is crazy. Like,
I met one of my friends on Xbox, like an actual
oh,
friend. Yeah,
Right.
like
that's
See?
dope.
but they live in Cali. But like maybe like 7 years ago, like we were playing Call of Duty, and it became like we were just in a lobby, we were talking, and then like once years went by, I still talk to him all the time. Like, and
Wow.
flew to Cali before, and like we chilled, hung out. But like that was like taboo back then. But I feel like now that's just like regular. Like,
Right, like it's
Yeah.
like everyday
yeah,
thing.
Right.
Like back
I
in, it
grew
started with us with AOL and that whole taboo
yeah.
yeah,
thing. Like
like
meeting
screen
people online
names.
was yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it started with like AIM and AOL, but then I became a part of the journaling community, like the online journaling community.
Hmm.
And I started with Live Journal when I was 15, 16. I still am friends with some of these people. Like, I've seen them get married, I've seen them get divorced, I've seen them have kids, I've seen them change their careers. Like, it's crazy to think that you meet these people online and they become a part of your life for longer than you ever thought they would be there.
Right. But that
Yeah.
right there lets you know like the intention of that encounter you had with that person, that you guys both took the initiative outside of that online connection to make it something bigger because you guys had a similar interest and then figured out that there was even more that you had in common, and hey, yo, like I can call this person my friend, my sister, my bro, somebody that, will be there for me no matter what.
I
Yeah,
think I think I think what it comes down to is like people are so everything is so sensitive now in these times. It's like almost like, oh my God, you can't say someone's not a friend. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying when someone is not like a certain type of friend. Like, because I
Right.
think probably once I met Dani, like I thought I had a lot of people who I considered friends, like family, like met my mom, stayed at my house, whatever. And then once I started dating someone, all these people like disappeared because I wasn't at their beck and call. So that's when I came up with the term associates. So for me, it's
yeah,
friends up here, then it's associates, which are people you associate with, you might go out with, you hang out with every now and then.
Right.
But it's not someone like you said you could call at 1 a.m. like, yo, I got a flat. Because damn sure those friends that I thought were like family, I broke down one time and ran out of gas, and not one of them could stop what they were doing to come help me. And I was
Right.
like, yo, that's wild. Like,
Right. And I mean, and that's okay. It just, now you know what drawer to put people in. I got the friend
yeah,
drawer, the associate drawer. Not everybody is going to be your friend, and people have to be okay with
okay
that
with that.
because it's
And I think that's
right.
the problem. Everybody wants to be included. And I mean, obviously, everyone wants to be liked, but just because you're not someone who's considered in a tight knit circle, so to say, doesn't mean that you're not liked. It just means we have, you know, maybe one thing in common, which I think runs into a lot of things with the sneaker world. Like we all met, you know, on Instagram mostly through the sneakers, and we're all cool at events and stuff like this when we're talking about sneakers. But like I always say, if all I can talk to you is about sneakers, then we're not friends. Like, you know, in that deep, like, because we could be on the phone for hours and we don't say one word about sneakers or release or anything like that.
Right.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not friends with BX because he likes 34s, but he understands that.
Right. You only
34s
talk to
and the
him every day,
Giants.
but you're not friends with him.
Yeah. Q tries to pretend like she don't like people. The lies.
Q sends me flowers.
This is a good point that Mr. Laced Up is making. He's saying YouTube has people who pop into every live you do, donate, comment, but is that a friendship?
I don't necessarily think that's a friendship. I think that some people are just genuinely like to support and see other people do good. They don't necessarily have to be your friend.
Yeah.
I don't think that there's anything that's wrong with that. They might meet up and hang out with you at like sneaker events and this, that, and the third. But are they gonna call you every day or talk to you every day? Are they gonna bend over backwards for you? There are just some people that genuinely just like to support,
people,
and that's fine with that.
And then that then brings the other side of it when strangers support and friends don't support. And that becomes like a hard, like, I guess you figure when strangers are supporting you and your own friends aren't, it's a hard thing to deal with. Because it makes you wonder. Yeah. It makes you wonder. Because like if I'm doing something that either you think is bad or, you know, even if you're not a fan of, like if somebody did something and, you know, it's not my cup of tea. Like if Dani was selling skirts, I'm not going to be out here buying skirts, but I'm going to figure out a way to still support. Maybe I'll buy one and donate it, or, you know, maybe I'll just post it every day and get other people to buy it. But it's like, it's about, you know, your commitment to supporting someone you supposedly care about. You know, you want to see them do good just like they will want to see you do good. And I feel like everybody doesn't want to see you do good, but they pretend like they do.
Yeah, like for me, I probably have like 3 or 4 tiers. Like I have like friends, and then like maybe like homies, and then like acquaintances.
Right.
Because like you could be in the middle of like an acquaintance and a friend.
Right.
And that could be that person that's like, you know, commenting on all your like stories, like hitting you up. But it's not, you can't put them in the same category as someone that like, you know, you travel with in the same country, you know what I mean? Went on vacation together. So I wouldn't call that person my friend. But there's a lot of people that buy stuff like every drop. And like, I wouldn't say they're an acquaintance, but they're definitely like a homie. Like, in a way, like I look up, like you're closer than a regular, you know, person that I see at SneakerCon all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't necessarily have to be a friend. They just like what the content that you're bringing. They like the products you're dropping, and they want to support it. Because I mean, like we buying Jordans every day. Are we his friends?
Exactly.
No.
Definitely not. No love from Jordan or Nike brand.
I think like my biggest lesson in life so far when it came to friendships is when you have a sickness, cancer, you know, any other type of sickness. In my case it was cancer. You realize that your friends don't really care if you're sick or not, or people who you thought were your friends don't really care if you're sick or not. They might be like, oh, how are you doing? Maybe once every, I don't know, week or so, possibly, maybe not even then. Maybe the whole time that you're sick, they talk to you like once. And I think, like for me, my feelings were hurt, but at the end of the day, I can't expect somebody to take what I'm going through and burden themselves with that, because like everybody deals with it in different ways. So maybe it was hard for that friend to deal with, but they couldn't talk to me about it because they felt some type of way. But it taught me a lot about relationships and like who to put your energy into, because Word and Dani tell me this all the time. I'm way too forgiving. I give a lot, and I give and I give and I give. But when I get to the point where I no longer want to give anymore, says more about that person than it does about me and how much I've given to them. Because I think looking from the outside, people would think, man, she's stupid for putting up with all that. She's stupid for putting in so much energy. But that's because if I care about somebody, I'm going to give them my all. And not everybody's like that, but I can't change how I am and how I approach things just because people can't reciprocate that or, give me the same energy back.
Yeah.
Wow, 217. That's kind of harsh. Friends are for fairy tales. People are people. They can't be trusted. I mean, I think you got to trust somebody sometimes. But
where's this chat? Why can't I see it?
Oh, you can't see it? You gotta well, we opened up YouTube on another screen. So yeah.
Hi,
yeah.
dog.
I mean, I can understand. Right, dog. Relax. I can understand where you're coming from. It's very hard to trust sometimes. Like I'm definitely like I'm a Cancer, so I'm a person who believes everybody should think the same way I do, and I give way too much. Like I said, I didn't really start changing my whole mentality until Dani came around and pointed out things, and these were like things that people just weren't showing me, like my one-sided friendships. But sometimes you gotta learn things the hard way, or be heartbroken even from friendships to understand like how you have to treat certain people.
Right.
Can't treat everybody the same, unfortunately.
And it's so easy to be like, well, I'm only going to give the energy that's given to me, but at the same time, like that's kind of draining because you're going to be sitting around for forever waiting for somebody to give you the same energy that you give them. You're going to have to accept the energy that you get or not.
Waiting for somebody to give you the same.
I mean, then it I think it all comes to the fact of learning the friends, the two people that are involved in this friendship, to learn how to balance that give and take. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be times where the friendship is equally yoked, and sometimes where there's going to be some unevenness because one may be needing a little more than the other, and then it might flip flop. But if the two really want this friendship, relationship, whatever it is, to be something, they'll put that time and effort into learning how to balance that. If you get me, does it make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mars said it's hard when that's not in your character, and then she said, try to treat people how they treat you, but it's just not in me. And I can get that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you don't have valuable friendships, Mars. It's just, I mean, that's why I say it can get kind of tiring when you're trying to reciprocate somebody's energy that they're giving you and you just can't at the time. And that's what, like to add on to what Dani was saying, sometimes friendships, relationships, sometimes it has to be an 80-20, a 60-40. It can't always be 50-50. And you can't approach your relationships thinking that it's going to be 50-50 because.
Right.
I mean, it's like with any good balance. That's why they say opposites attract. Like Dani's the more in your face, I'm the more laid back. If we were both pit bulls, then it wouldn't be a good balance. Like I'm the one who's probably gonna bow out of an argument, and if somebody didn't, we would just be arguing every day, all day. So, I mean, relationships have to have a balance. Like you said, 80-20. Sometimes it ain't bad. It's just you want someone that genuinely cares for you.
Right, and if they do, you guys will figure out how to make that equation work.
Right.
Yeah, like I'm like a, I don't know how my friendships go, but like I don't like, it doesn't matter how someone treats me. Like I kind of just stay the same way that I am. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's probably how I am. Like I want to be like, someone does something, you kind of in your mind you want to be mean to them. Like, oh, when they call me, I'm gonna ignore them and I'm gonna block their phone number, and that never happens. It's like, oh, pick up on the first ring.
But it's easy to say that when you're angry. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, like someone could be mean to me, and like I'm not mean back. Like I'm really good at ignoring people. Like my ignore game is like elite.
Yo.
Same.
Baby.
I mean, like they could be right next to me though, and like it's like I don't even like. I think it's because I have 2 older sisters and I'm the only boy and I'm the youngest. So like, I have strong personalities in my household, and just like I don't even like it does like nothing phases me. Like you'll never see me mad. Like
Are you Latin?
Yeah, I'm Dominican.
Oh, see, he's used to strong personality.
Yeah, so like for me, it's like nothing. Like someone could be cursing me out right next to me, and I won't like. I'll laugh. Like that's my thing. Like I laugh, like in a genuine laugh, not like the angry laugh. Like I don't know what you want from me. Like I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
You're like my son's godfather. Like I don't think I've ever seen that dude get mad, ever.
Yeah, like
ever.
I don't.
He's always
super
smiling.
mellow. Like I don't. There's nothing like
that. That's a special kind of skill, because I don't know. Like under certain circumstances, I know I ain't got that restraint. Nope, you're gonna get clapped immediately.
So, and these two, it's like if Word gets mad, Dani's mad. If Dani's mad, Word's mad. So I'm sitting here trying to calm them down, but I can't, because it's like they're feeding off of each other. Because of course, like if somebody's messing with your significant other, you're gonna get mad.
Yeah.
But just seeing them in action, it's quite funny sometimes.
That's more so like I feel like I try to be, if she's mad, I try to be more calm so I can keep her calm. Yeah, I know she's gonna pop, but when I say something, she's just like, "Where? Who did it? Let me go see this post. Who I gotta cut?" Like, oh, calm down, killer.
Right.
But that's how it should be. That's how it should be. Your friend should have your back.
Yeah.
My best friend is in the chat, Naisha. She's been my friend for years. I call her my sister, and we met at like a job years ago. And when I say that woman has seen me through a lot. When I say like friend, like I can pick up the phone and call her. It could be 5 a.m. in the morning, and I'm outside running with no shoes on. But like, yo, come get me. She gonna stop whatever she's doing or jump out of her bed and come get me. There are times where we don't, because she has her own life. She has children. She has a wife. I have my own life where we may not speak to each other for maybe like a week or two. And then like I'll just wake up one morning with a text from her just checking on me, telling her that she loved me. Like that woman right there, I can say is like, she's beyond a friend. She's my sister. We don't share the same DNA, but you can't tell me otherwise. Like if you messing with her, I'm bringing out the box cutter and the gloves and the Timbs. Trust.
The black Air Forces.
And vice versa. That's the type of relationship that we've built, and I don't have many people like that. Like I have her, I have Word, I have Hella, I have Shell. Shell backup might take a few hours, but she did.
Right.
Right.
And those people I value and I cherish them, because you don't get many diamonds like that, and you got to hold on to them.
Yeah, I agree.
And BX when he ain't rocking 34s.
Right.
I stand you.
Yeah, and it took me a while to process the whole like having a good friend that you don't talk to all the time. Because like with Karima, like I met her through work, like in 2010, and we became like fast friends. We worked together, and even after she left the job, we were still cool. And then once I moved, like we don't hang out as much. She's now a nurse, so she's been swamped with the whole COVID thing, and we don't talk all the time. But she'll pop in and like a post or support something I'm doing. But even she could call me in the middle of the night, and she's one of the people. She called us in the middle of the night, had a situation. Like she didn't even have to say more than 5 words. I was already on my way. You know what I'm saying? She needed me to watch the baby. I was on my way. Like, and we hadn't talked for like 6 months. So it's just certain people who you have a vibe with, a connection.
Right.
You didn't do anything for them.
Right. And then you have those friends that are like needy friends. Like I've had those friends where, like, if I don't talk to you, like if you text me at like 9 a.m. and I don't respond to you until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, like they feelings is hurt, and I'm like, whoa, like slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. I'm here. I'm not gonna stop being your friend. I was a little busy, a little sidetracked, and like I get a little like weirded out on how to balance those type of friends, because like I'm not used to like needy people like that.
All right, and that's a bit much because I mean I had to obviously cut off a good friend who was like that she couldn't process that I had a relationship, and you had to respect those boundaries. Like, she was used to talking to me like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning, whatever. And I mean, if it's an emergency, I got you, but I'm not gonna talk to you at 2 in the morning when I'm in bed with my significant other about how you're mad that your boss pissed you off today. Like, we could talk about that tomorrow. And she couldn't process that, so we had to, she said I was a bad friend, and we had to part ways, and so be it. I mean, your loss, not mine. That's how I see it.
Would you guys say that? Well, I know that Dani and Word, so I guess I'm asking Nick. Do you feel like you have a best friend?
Yeah, I definitely have a best friend.
But do you think that that is your best friend, or is it beyond a friendship now? It's like that's your
that's
family.
like my brother. Yeah, that's like my brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. My friend Owen, I was with him today actually. I met him like freshman year in high school, so like I don't know, 12 years ago, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like my friend that's family. That's family. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Like I can call him at 5:30 in the morning, and yo, I got a flat. And if he's available, he would obviously or stop what he's doing to come get me. Yeah.
Right.
Like I picked him up in those situations. He picked me up. I speak to him almost every day. Like we're always BSing. Like that's family.
Yeah, I think it's important to say too. It's not that we're defining a good friend as somebody who you can call in the morning or call when you're broke down. We're not defining a friendship as that, but obviously if we keep mentioning it, it's important. It's an important part of their friendship. Yeah.
Right.
Like on any aspect.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if I need to vent and cry to you, like, can we do that? Or is it only about like other things?
Right. Right. Like I'm that person. Like if you need to just call me just to scream in the phone, I'm gonna put my cotton in and I'm gonna let you just scream in the phone. If that's what you need, to relieve your stress, and then we can talk about it. Or if you need to call me, just to tell me about, what's going on in your day, I'm there to listen. If you need to call me to say, hey, look, I just need a hug, and you want me to come over and give you a hug, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna give you a hug. It's just like I think us as adults, kids, it's a little different. Even still, it's a struggle for us. We know who's really rocking with us and who's in our corner, and we know who really isn't. I mean, I've had people that I've had to cut off that I've known for years, and then I've had people that, like, when I started working for my company that I work for, that I've known that I knew maybe a year, no, 2 years, and she no longer even works for the company. She, like, I think Word had to take the car for something, and I was in an Uber, and coming home, and the Uber car driver's tire blew out. So we were on the side of the road, and where I live is nothing but highway, and the highways are dark. There's no lights, and there was nothing. And I literally, like, I called her because I knew that she knew people in the area, but none of those people were, home. So she made me, like, Google Map pin her my location. She called one of her other friends. They came out to my location, changed the Uber car driver's tire for him, sent him on his way, and then brought me to dinner and then took me home. And I knew this girl 2 years, and I still talk to her to this day, and we don't even work together. So I consider her like one of my friends. Like, she calls, she checks in on me, even though we don't even talk every day.
Dani be pimping out here. I need her
Like,
friend tactics.
like, we just clicked, like, from day one of working together. Like, we clicked, like we started talking to each other as if we knew each other for years, and I just met this woman this day. It was so weird.
Now I want to get into this topic because it's kind of important. So you know how the sneaker community is not very big. It might seem like it, but like it's like everybody knows somebody who somebody else knows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we create these friendships, right? So say I meet somebody who knew Word, and then I create a friendship with them, but then now Word is no longer friends with them for whatever reason. And we've talked about this on the show before, is Word doesn't expect me to not be friends with that person because she's no longer friends with that person. What she does ask of me as her friend is if this person is talking about her, the person who I'm friends with, but she's no longer friends with, well, no, you cannot talk shit about Word to me and expect me to be okay with it. Right? That's something that Word always says. And again, people are not always going to reciprocate that. So, how do you feel about that situation, Nick? Like, if you were in that type of situation, how would you handle it?
That's a good question. Am I the third friend, or am I like me and Word are friends, and then
Yeah, so me and you were friends,
Yeah.
and me and Hella, all three of us are friends.
Yeah.
I'm no longer friends with Hella, but you're still friends with Hella.
Yeah.
So I would basically want you to not allow Hella to talk bad about me.
Yeah, no, I agree with you
wouldn't
100%. Yeah. I'm also super loyal, so if I met Word first, I don't know if I'd be friends with Hella anymore. So, so I'm like a real like when you're my friend, like you could be in Pennsylvania broken down, I got you. Like that's why I hold friends so high, because like my friend needs $1,000, right? Whatever, like just pay me back, but I got you.
Oh man,
Yeah,
people about to put in a friend request for you.
Yeah, because like if me and like Hella aren't that close, maybe we'd be acquaintances, but I probably wouldn't talk to them much. Because like if I can't talk about my friend like Word to you, then like is this a real friendship?
Right.
Like I don't want to be like, what if like you just bought a car and I want to talk about it, but they don't like you, so I can't talk about that. It's like I'd rather take myself out of the situation and yeah, I'll just be friends with that person.
So I can understand that you don't want to basically be in the middle of having to tiptoe around certain situations, which is understandable. For me, I guess it's more so I feel like, so if that were to happen and me and Hella are no longer friends and you came to me like, oh, Hella got a promotion, you know, I feel like, I don't know. I don't think I've had any falling outs to the point where I hate people. So I can be in the presence of people, like people I might not rock with. Like if we went to a sneaker show, I wouldn't sit there and be like, oh, I'm not get them away from me. I would interact. Like you would never know. It would just be like, maybe I'm not following you anymore. Maybe I don't, really like talk to you or, support your stuff because I'm just over to the left. But in a mixed group, you can be an adult. Like nobody should be able to not be an adult. And the whole thing of if they're not my friend anymore, you can't mess with them, or it's all or nothing. Like I don't really care for it. I can get where you're coming from with the not wanting to have to tiptoe, but you shouldn't have to. But to basically, like, if I were to come out and be like, "Hey, I'm not friends with Hell anymore," so you're not friends with Hell anymore, like that's too much.
I wouldn't make my own decision about it.
Right.
Like if you told me not to be friends, it would be based off. All right, like we'll see what happens.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think loyalty is equal either. Because it's like at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be more loyal to one person over the other because they're most likely in different levels of friendship with me.
Yeah.
Like, and that has nothing to do with that person. It's just me personally. Like, if I'm always going to be more loyal to one person over the other because not all friendships are the same to me. But like, if I feel uncomfortable in a situation, then I'll leave it. And I haven't, like with the situation we're talking about now, I haven't felt uncomfortable, but Word knows if I felt some type of way, I would just leave it because it wouldn't be worth my time or energy to fight about it, to be like, hey, you need to be Word's friend. You need to talk out your problems. Like, who am I to say that? Because I'm not the one who, caused the problem. And then I think, who said it? Mrs. M.D. Robertson, she said that, don't put me in the middle of your mess.
Right.
That's true.
And I think if you're really a friend, then you wouldn't put that person in whatever mess is going on.
Right.
But it is kind of awkward to be in the middle sometimes.
I feel like if both people are actual friends, you should be able to just talk it out. Like, grow up. Let's just.
I agree.
Like, what are we doing?
And that's the problem. A bunch of fake friending.
Yeah.
Bunch of circle jerkers.
Word, be nice.
That's what it is. We're a circle of friends who are jerking each other around and not being 100. Don't yes man me.
Right.
So I read an article on the 6 levels of friendship. Now I read a bunch of different articles. Some have 4. What? Why am I shady? I ain't do nothing. I said hi to you. There's some had 4 levels, some had 3 levels, but this one has 6 levels. So level 1 is a stranger, and this is somebody who you've seen in passing 1, maybe 2 times, but you don't talk on a daily basis. Then there's a colleague, which they define that as basically your coworker. You guys are friends at work, but anything else outside of that, you don't hang out, you don't talk outside of work. Then there's acquaintance, which you talk to every now and then. And then there's friendship. And then there's close friends. And then there's your family / significant other.
Can family be friends as well?
Yeah.
I would think,
I think so. I would think so.
What are you talking about, witness? Yeah, so do you think that you guys have at least 1 or 2 people in each of the categories?
Probably.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I think
What was the lowest one?
stranger.
The lowest one is stranger.
Well, stranger would probably be the majority of the people who hit me up for customs and we chit chat about shoes. Like I don't really know you, and I'm probably not gonna remember you that much. Sorry, but I still chit chat with you about shoes and chop it up every once in a while.
How do you feel about someone if like they got a shoe done by you, like 2-3 years ago? Do you still consider them a supporter?
I mean, yeah, you know, if they like, there's people who have gotten shoes like a while back and they still like they'll repost it, or like Hella got Carell a custom and it's a year later now and he reposted it on the year anniversary or whatever. I mean, he hasn't gotten anything else from me since then or whatever, but he still supports or likes, you know, my pictures and likes when I put a custom up. So yeah, there's tons of people who might get something once. Because I mean, it might not be in their budget or, you know, whatever the case may be. But, you know, whenever I do something, they support it, they like it, they reshare.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
But yeah, that's a hard. I gotta learn to separate. Like, I feel like I become acquaintances with too many people who get customs for me. Because obviously, if you're getting a custom for me, we're gonna talk about the custom, and we're probably gonna talk about sneakers overall. And then it's like it starts going into a whole chat, and then they get in a comfortable place where it's hard to be business minded. Like, look, all right, this is a business, so let me get to the business, and you want to hit me up at 3 a.m. Like, how's the shoe looking? Like, you can't hit up Nike at 3 a.m. Like, hey, how's my shoe coming? Let me do my thing.
That's probably one of the things I hate about having a business. Like stuff like that. Like sometimes people order something and they'll be like, yo, I forgot to use a promo code. Like, can you just refund me the money the code would have gave me? And it's like, you know, if you forgot to use a promo code on Nike, you could not email customer service like, yo, I forgot to use a 20% code. Can you guys send me back $20? They would not send it back to you. I do it. But it's just like, you guys don't have that same energy for the quote unquote bigger companies.
Right.
Yeah.
Dog said, do I have a layaway? maybe for the new year, I'll start up a layaway plan.
I don't know. It's weird.
Above Average Podcast said, I have a shirt from Dani and Tommy has her shirt from Word. Are we supporters? I think if you put into somebody's business or something that's important to them, I think you're supporting them, correct? If you believe in whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah.
But I think OTB
know he family.
Yeah, OTB and Tommy have always like shared our stuff. So you don't always have to buy it. It may not be your cup of tea, but if you share it with your, the people that have eyes on your page, maybe, somebody on your page will like it and buy it. So it's not always
like what you said in the other episode, you guys touch it like right on the nail. Like it doesn't have to be something that you personally like.
Right.
It doesn't have to be something you can afford, as long as you're sharing it. Like you said, like if you have 50 followers and you hate it, you can still put on your story and your 50 followers can see it, and maybe one of them like it.
Right.
So it's not even about But especially if you like put money into a business, you're automatically a supporter. Like
Right. So yeah.
it's like
So
you could have bought anything, but you bought something from that place.
Right. And I feel like it's pulling teeth. Sometimes people don't understand that. Like if you really like, mess with me and what I'm trying to do, even if you don't want to keep buying, like obviously somebody's not gonna, just because you're my friend, you're not gonna buy customs every week. But if you posted it even once a week, like if you posted it once a day, like, because who doesn't post every day? So even if you just shared one of my pictures, it's easy. Click the little arrow, put it in your stories once a day. Who knows what that could do for me? And it takes 2 seconds for you. But like someone said in the chat, they'll share Beyonce's album drop in or this, that, and the third, but won't be quick to take the time out to make a post or even personalize a post. So
that really literally kills me.
I feel like if you dropping bro and sis on my comments, then you feel like we connected, and I feel like you should share it. So,
but as we know, people will bro and sis you on Instagram till the death, till their lips are blue. But what is your definition of bro and sis?
If you broing and sissing me and you talking to me in my DMs and talking about how you like what I'm doing, you support this whole movement that I'm doing. Again, if you want to see me win and you're my friend, just share it, even if you don't buy it.
Even if they're an acquaintance, though, because they're probably not your friend, but
right.
An acquaintance could definitely just share it or anything. It's so easy. It's like crazy how easy it is.
Right. And I'm like, I've been saying bro before bro and sis became a thing. I always say bro for some reason. So when I say bro, it's not even like in the brother aspect.
Yeah.
But like I feel like people are overusing this word, and it always seems to be on posts of people who potentially can do something for them. Like everybody's bro and sis when they look like you can gain something from them. And that's what like I don't like about the word, because I see like people like you didn't know who this person was, but now this person has 100K followers. Now that's bro, big bro, sis. Like, nah, that's not how it works.
Jim, I'll eat the barbecue, but you can keep the chicken back. I want no parts. That's sorcery.
With sweet corn.
Definitely not. You go on bottom shelf. Yeah, Coffee with the Foe supports like Miss DMV Robinson. Miss
DMV Soul.
DMV Soul.
Miss DMV Soul. Yeah, she supports every. Like she's always supporting. Like she's one of the, few people I see support everyone. Like no matter what.
When I say that woman's heart is about forward movement for, us small people, like she is like the epitome of it. Like her, Q the Queen, like us that are in their circle that they have interactions with daily via Instagram or DMs or whatever it is, they buy it, they put it up, they share it. Q did a whole video on her YouTube page with all her pickups from, everybody that's in this community that she bought something from, and they weren't big businesses. They were all small businesses. It wasn't Nike. It wasn't Adidas. It was all like us little people. Like she bought my socks. She bought a couple of other brands t-shirts, and she did a whole review on it. She pulled it out, showed the packaging, she showed the cards, whatever inserts. Like her and Chantel, Miss DMV Soul, like they sleep, eat and breathe this. Like they are about forward movement for us little people.
Yeah, that's the best type of people.
Agreed. I had not a topic. I had a question in my mind and I forgot. But
was it about the article?
No. I just feel like, what is the trouble with sharing a flyer on your story? One, and two, we said this in the support episode, like we have an understanding that we as the mature kids have to put ourselves out there to people we don't know. Understood. But the people we do know, well, where are they? And is it a thing that I need to be like, hey, Hugh the Queen, can you repost our flyer for us? No, I'm just picking you out because I seen you in the chat, but no, I'm not throwing shade. But does it take away from the support if we have to ask for it, or is support?
Right. I don't think so. Like obviously, if you have to ask for it multiple times, you're gonna feel away. But sometimes we forget. Like I'm a person who's like ADD. I'm all over the place, doing 50 million things at once, starting something new before I finish something. So sometimes I just forget. So you gotta hit me up and be like, "Yo, post this right now." The OTB, he hit me with, in the inbox saying, "Hey, thanks, the show's coming up. Can you post a flyer?" And I'm like, "All right there, let me do it." And I don't think there's anything wrong with, inboxing people like, "Hey, here's my flyer. Could you share this?"
Right.
But if I do that, if I share it with you, like 8 a.m. and by the end of the day, you still haven't posted it, like then maybe I start to feel away. I'll give it to the next day, like, all right, maybe they got swamped. But if I have to like hit you up again, like, "Hey, are you going to post this?" Then, I start to, feel a type of way.
I'm only asking once. I don't feel like I need to ask.
Yeah, I'm bad at asking. I don't really like asking, but it's still support them, even if you ask and they either way.
Right.
So Nick,
I think people take social media just way too serious though. Like I've learned that. Like I'm 28. I don't know how old you guys think I am. But I'm 28, and like I'm a little older than the social media bubble. Like I feel like I was born right when like I remember being in 8th grade and like the Razor just came out and that was like the phone. But like I had a BlackBerry Curve, I had a Nextel, I had a Boost mobile phone, I had a Sidekick. You know what I mean? Like I was like in the beginning of like having AIM away messages. Like I was here for all that. Like those are the golden days.
Right.
But I feel like now people take social media way too serious. So like for them to repost a small brand is like, nah, they don't feel like doing that. Like because they feel like their story might lose value.
Right.
But they'll post like a Nike thing with no issue, like a new shoe. But they won't post like a smaller brand shoe just because I feel like they don't want. I don't even know what facade they have in their mind, but like they don't like doing stuff like that. Like I've learned that like 10 times.
It's weird to me because it's like, why? Because before Nike became this big thing, they were small.
Yeah, there's like a Instagram video of Boosie from a long time ago. He said that like you could walk past a merch table, right, of your favorite artists, and you won't buy nothing, but let that shirt say RIP on it, and you're there. You're buying 10 shirts. Like you want to make sure that everybody knows that you support this person after they died. It's kind of like Pop Smoke. Like I live in New York City, so like we would know about Pop Smoke early. Once he passed, it was people I never even heard of Pop Smoke. Like, yo, I just got his shirt. Let me get this V-Lone shirt. Let me buy all this. And it's like, yo, yeah, we're not here when he was alive. When he was a dirty guy with braids coming to High 97, yeah, I did not care about Pop Smoke. Now that he passes, RIP on the shirt, it's everyone. Yo, you heard the Pop Smoke? It was like, once that merch table has RIP on it, it's kind of like with Nipsey. Like, once that Marathon clothing, once he passed away, unfortunately, it was like everyone has Crenshaw shirts on. Like, it's sad that that's what it takes, but it is sad. Or like something blowing up. Like, if I took a picture with Drake tomorrow, my brand would go crazy. Everybody would be like, yo, you saw this, you saw that. But like, why is that? Like, why is that what it takes? And then even when that happens, do you now think that I'm going to care about your support?
Yo, and that's like almost a direct situation I kind of dealt with. I won't say any names, but obviously everyone knows me from my LA to Chicago custom, and the one I did for myself originally went viral and was at like 20,000-30,000 likes, complex posted and everything. And it seemed like once that went viral, a certain, friend then wanted to shout me out or say how good my work is or, give me credit then. And then, when we have a falling out, they want to get mad, like, "Oh, I supported you." Like, yeah, you supported me after the mainstream supported me. You didn't support me.
Like, all these random people are now supporting me. I don't want the people that actually know to jump on the bandwagon. Like,
right, exactly. Like, support me when I'm getting 30 likes, just like you do when I'm getting 1,000 likes.
Exactly.
And if it's trash, tell me it's trash. That's still support. You're telling me step my game up, like, hey. And be constructive. Like that's what people are like, "Oh, that's trash." But what's trash about it? Like, you just saying trash makes you come off as a hater. Like, if I see something and I'm not a big fan of it, like with customs all the time, like I don't really feel like I'm some like OG in the game, but because I've been doing it longer, if I see somebody, I'll be like, oh, okay, well, you could do this better. Like, there's a kid, he's in high school, I think he's 15, and he's doing customs and he's just getting started. And, I shot him some stencils and I talk to him all the time about custom stuff because, I wish I was able to start that young. And if you have someone to mentor you, that's another thing about using your platform. Use your platform to help other people come up. Otherwise, it's just like you're getting people to build you up, and then you're doing what with it? Nobody's using their platform for anything good. They're using it for selfish purposes. And then it's like, why would I want to support that? I want to support people who are going to support other people. Like Nick, how much? Like Nick's given away like a lot of money during this pandemic to so many causes.
I
Like,
do
how many
so
people
many
are doing
things
that?
behind the scenes too. It's like I never was the guy that was like looking for like validation.
Right.
And I love asking for opinions too. Like the cool thing about me is that I'll be like, do you think this shirt looks better in black or white? And then 10 of my friends could say white. I'm still going to do it in black. I just want to know your opinion. And like sometimes like those people would be offended. Like, well, don't even ask me then. Like if you're not going to do what I told you, don't even ask me. And it's like, nah, I just want to know what you think.
Right.
And based off what you think, I'm going to take that and I'm going to do whatever I want with that information. But it's not like you told me to do it in black that now I have to do it in black.
Right. Facts. They people have to be okay with that.
Yeah. That's why my brand is called Way Before the Fame, because I think it's funny that like this right here is way before the fame.
Right.
So like, but like when we're famous, and it's gonna be like completely a whole different vibe.
Yeah.
This is true. It's like
it's crazy because
like Entourage.
Before Instagram, I was just in my own little bubble. I didn't know very many people. I mean, I knew the people around me, and I knew a lot of people because I worked in retail. So, like, I had a whole bunch of customers that I worked with for 7 years coming in and out of Champs. And, I knew those people, but again, those are acquaintances. Those are people that I see every now and then who come in and shop with me. But then I get on Instagram, and even still, I'm in awe about how many like people I've met. And there's sometimes when I go to the mall I used to work in, and people are like, they call me by my Instagram name when they know my real name, but they call me by my Instagram name. And to me, that's just crazy because I'm just me. I don't feel like if we were to get 10K subscribers, I would still be me.
Right.
And nothing would change that. And again, nothing would change how I approach my friendships. I would just be a little more cautious, I think.
Right.
Even though I'm already super cautious. But yeah. And I think my point made about the support thing is that support is support no matter who does it or how they do it. And I'm not gonna, be mad at somebody because they're not reposting our flyer. But if you want me to support you, I'm kind of expecting you to do the same for me. And if you don't, I'll give you like one, maybe two chances to, post my flyer, whatever. And then,
I was given too many chances.
Yeah,
I'm feeling so conflicted because I so just want to say what the situation is, but I don't want to put you guys in the middle of anything. But it's so annoying.
It should be a one hand washes the other type of situation. If I ask you to share my flyer, then I should be okay with sharing your flyer or whatever it is you want me to share. On the flip side of that, you have to learn how to deal with when you notice that someone who doesn't rock with you a certain way. You have to learn to be okay with that, because actions speak louder than words. They just told you how they feel, and you need to be okay with that. You just take your notes and you move along.
And the crazy thing is, I get more mad for my friends who are like Hella. She's super nice, and it makes me so mad that she's so nice to certain people who don't deserve it. or I mean, I don't want to say don't deserve it, but it's just petty to me. Like if Hella is your friend, even if you don't rock with me, you don't rock with Dani or whatever, if Hella supports you, you should support what she's doing, no matter who she's doing it with. You're here to support her, F the other people. Like if I didn't if I didn't mess with a certain person and they were on a show with someone else, and I still like, OTB has a show. If I wasn't talking to Mars, I'm still gonna watch the show because maybe me and Mars had a falling out and we'll get over it. But I'm still here for OTB, so I'm gonna support. He didn't do anything to me, so why should I take my support away? Like I don't understand why people feel like it's all or nothing, and that just like really bothers me.
And I feel like people change their energy when they feel like you're doing something that they don't like. So, like we used to be in a chat with like Mars, OTB. We used to be in a chat with them and chat with them every day, and then we didn't. But that didn't change the friendship. And a lot of people might feel like, oh, we used to talk every day, but we don't anymore. So now I don't really mess with them. Like I feel like that's just weird to me. Like they're just because a certain situation changes, I don't feel like your friendship should change. Especially if there were no like nothing bad happened. We just stopped talking every day. Like
Right. And I think that's the stages of any like friendship. You go through these periods where you guys talk a lot, and then you may talk a little less at some points, then you go back to talking a lot, and that all revolves around you and your life as well, because we're not all just sitting here with nothing to do. You know what I'm saying? We have our regular everyday lives, we have families, we have work. I mean, a lot of us are, locked down right now due to COVID. Some of us are working. Unfortunately, I am one of those people who are still working. And then there are some of us who aren't working. And you have to know that, again, you have to learn that balance where there are going to be days or weeks or months where you talk more, days or weeks or months where you talk less. But that shouldn't define, oh, because you didn't talk to me 4 times this week, I'm not your friend. It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
What's up, Ricks? Yeah, just that situation. I'm just trying to learn how to deal with it the best way I can.
yeah, and I think me and we're together trying to navigate that. It's how do I say this? I think sometimes I have to tell Word, okay, let's just chill. And she's like, no, you're way too nice. And it's like, we can go back and forth for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, and then we'll just let it go. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, I just feel like for me, I don't want to be the person who changes just because the situation of you not really messing with Word. I feel like that doesn't need to change me and how I'm approaching the situation. But like I
Right.
said, if it comes
This
down to it and they're gonna, talk about Word, which I don't, they haven't to me.
this is the tap dancing. I'm about to just say what the situation is.
I
We're
love
not really.
it.
I'm not really tap dancing around it
No,
because
I
I
mean,
know
I'm not saying you're tap dancing around it, but I feel like we're trying to tap dance around to not quote unquote piss anybody off. But I don't think it's talking shit. It's just a situation where clearly, me and the midsole, some people on the midsole have had some disagreements, so we don't really interact anymore. I isolated myself from the situation, and Hella, she's been supporting. Like even before this, I was in the midsole like from the almost from the beginning. They're supporting. I did graphics for them, everything. I had fallen out with a couple of guys individually, but even when I had those falling outs, I was still in there every week, talking faithfully, not being a jerk or anything. Just because I'm having it out with you, we may be friends the next day. It's how you fight with friends, you get over it. And I would still support, but now it seems like, I have a falling out. I apologize about a situation. They don't want to get over it. That's their right. But you don't want to support the show and even Hella, who's still in your chat every week, just because you don't like me or Dani or the both of us. Like that's super immature to me. And that's just what it is. And that's not me talking shit about anyone. that's just how I feel about the situation. There's no reason to not support one friend because you don't mess with the other people on the show. You don't have to tag me in a post. You don't have to do anything. You just say, hey, check out my friend Hella and her show. And like, it's simple. And she still posts their flyer, and I, like, I feel away, but I'm not mad at her because she's being the type of friend that I love her for being. So it is what it is.
Yeah, and I know the chat's gonna be like, well, how have been dancing around it? I haven't been dancing around it. I don't say names, but these people,
Right.
if they were to watch our show, or like watch it playing back, or if they're even in the chat, they know the situation. I don't have to say their name for them to, to be like, oh, well, she was talking shit about us. No, I was just
Right.
using that situation because it matters when it comes to friendships. And when you share friendships with people or used to share friendships, you know what I mean? I just needed to address it because I think it definitely has something to do with friendship.
Yeah, because that's kind of still taken away from Hella growing by not reposting it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. BX.
And then the people who have their problems with Word, they've come to me and they've said, hey, we support you, which is fine and dandy. But Word obviously said what her problem was in that situation. Is she doesn't see why they can't still support the show in general just because they don't mess with her. And they've given their reasons too. So I have to respect both sides. And Word hates me for it sometimes, but
Right. Because I mean, just my personal feelings, I don't feel they're valid reasons as to why they don't quote unquote rock with me. I have way more reasons to not rock with certain people, but I let it go. It is what it is. Like I said, if I were to see them at a show, I wouldn't be acting any different. I could go to dinner with them. I could kick it. It doesn't bother me to that extent. It's just crazy that people feel like they can't support and post a flyer or whatever. Like we're all here trying to make it, which is why we all kind of schedule our shows on different days because we all want to support each other. Shout out to Who Has the Heat, who made that post where they tagged everybody in their respective days that they do their shows. So, it is what it is. I ain't gonna throw salt on their thing. I still be in their lives sometimes and watch when I can. Like Mars said, you can't make yourself do the same things people do to you.
So Nick, when you first started your company or your brand, would you say that the people who you considered friends then, do you have more or less? Or the same?
When I first started, I guess less because my mindset on friends was differently. But if I would have that same mindset now, it would be the same. But when I started, 99% of the support was like family and like close friends. Which I wouldn't call friends now, but back then I guess you would say they were friends.
And now that you're established, would you say that your support comes from strangers or from friends?
100%. But I think that's kind of how it goes when you start on any business.
Right.
Like your family keeps you up, and your cousins, everybody's gonna buy something in the beginning, and then you just gotta hope that when they eventually are like, all right, like I'm done supporting him, you get those strangers who come in. Like I was lucky enough, like I don't know if it was luck, I was lucky, but like I started my brand almost, I don't know, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, and like the first 3 months I might have sold like 5 things. And then this girl that I worked with at Forever 21, she got on the Bad Girls Club, like the actual show. So she was helping me when she got off the show. Me and her like made a shirt with like her face on it. So like that kind of was like the first stranger support I had outside of they liked her, but I was still making the shirt for her. I had her face on it and everything, and I was giving her money. And then after that, I think maybe like a month later, Drake liked my picture. So then that was like another big, like huge out of nowhere, like people were just like, yo, Drake like your picture. And then that was the second wave of strangers. And then I kind of just always put myself in positions. Like there was this other girl called Beto on Instagram. Shout out to her. I collabed with her and I did like shirts, and then like that was another wave. And I think some people even from like that know her still buy my merch, even though it was her crowd. Like it was
Wow.
her support system, and that was like 3 years ago.
Wow.
But it's 100% now outside. Like I would say if I got 10 orders, 9 of them will be people I that aren't my family.
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say honestly 10. Nah, I'll say 9. I'll say 9. I'll say 9. But a lot
Do,
of them, but the family still supports though. Don't get it, like they definitely still support, but it's more of a like they're more like the in-person supporters. Like they don't buy things online. Like they'll hit me up like, "Yo, I'm outside. Like, you have anything new?" And then they'll hit me up like that. Like they don't really buy things online.
Yeah, we have those.
Yeah.
do they do you get the family discount hit ups, or are people pretty much
Yeah, I
your
do.
price
But
is your price?
I think not even put myself in that position, I usually just give the discount.
Mm.
Cause like I don't really want them to be like, yo, like it doesn't really happen that much because like my thing is pretty like affordable in the beginning, so like I don't really give a bigger discount. Like let's say I have 50% online, it won't be like 60 in person because you're my family. Like it'd be like
Right.
50. Yeah.
I feel like friends and family members shouldn't ask for discounts. If your friend is doing something, making something, selling something, so if Hella got a t-shirt that she's selling for $40, I'm gonna buy her t-shirt and spend $40. Um, and I say that because we're sneakerheads. We buying shoes 2-3 times a week, 150 to $225 a pop. Y'all ain't walking into Nike like, yo, hook me up. So why should I feel comfortable with saying Hella just because Hella's my friend? Yo, hook me up, yo. You know you can give me $5 off that shirt. No, that's not right. Like,
Yeah, it's backwards.
why should I feel comfortable with asking her to undercut herself? You know what I'm saying? You don't know what time it took and effort it took for her to put into making this product. And I feel like people are just like way too comfortable with doing that. And like I want to know why, because like there are people that go into Louis and drop 10 racks on a purse, but then you want to ask me for a discount on a pair of $10 socks. Make it
Right.
make sense to me. Cause you ain't asking Louis for nothing. Cause guess what? Louis don't have no sales, and you still spending 10 racks on that purse.
It's all an illusion. It's all because they just want to look cool. It goes back to like social media. Like they know when they wear this Louis bag though, their friends are gonna be like, whoa. They feel like when they buy like your socks, it's just gonna be like, oh, I'm just doing it because like I want to support, but like I'm not trying to pay top. I'm not trying to pay with like someone else that doesn't know you pays. Like that's their mindset.
Right.
Like I can't pay the same, even though they should be paying more, honestly, if they're quote unquote
Right.
friend.
Right.
But like their mindset is like, if your sock is 12, strangers are paying 12. You know me, so like I should be getting it for 10.
And like I don't understand like
But it
why.
should be
Like
like 15 though. They really should be giving you more.
like I don't know why people feel the feel comfortable with that. And I mean I don't get it. I mean everybody, there's probably pretty much everybody in this chat, mostly everybody in this chat has bought something from me as far as a t-shirt, socks, or bracelet, and nobody, I haven't gotten that give me a discount yet. They've all just went to the site, purchased it. Word, who lives in the house with me, she went on my site and bought some and paid the shipping cost. Like
Those are my
so
favorite though. Like when I see a family member pay the shipping costs, and like
Yeah,
I know
right.
that I'm just gonna drive
That's how
it to
you
them,
know it's real.
they're the best. I'm like,
right,
yes,
right.
Mhm.
That's
Like
when you know it's
Shell,
real. Pay that shipping.
word.
Shell is in Australia, and she's like, "Oh, you put up new color socks?" She's like, "Oh, send me an invoice." She don't ask
Mhm.
for nothing, and this girl has a box of stuff at my house of things that she's bought that we're gonna get her a big box and just ship it all over there.
Yeah.
So she just sent me and Hella a box, and you don't even. It was the price of a pair of shoes for shipping.
Yeah. It was.
Like,
And like, and the thing is the shoes that she got for us, she wanted them herself. She knew we wanted them. So I think I was just sitting here doing my nails and she FaceTimed me. She says, "What size do you need in these shoes?" Right? So me and her are the same size. I said, "I need a size 8." She checked to see if they had another size 8, but they didn't. So instead, she went half size up to get an 8.5 and bought my size 8. She shipped them to me. She sent snacks to me. And she didn't have to do that, but she did do it. And she knows that me and Word appreciate it so much. But like,
Right.
I didn't expect that. When the box came, I was so freaking excited.
Right.
And even my mom was like, "Who likes you enough to spend that much money to send you
Right.
something?" And I was
Right.
like, "I'm
And
like,
I'm like
hopefully."
immediately, I'm like, oh, how much do I owe you? Let me send it. She's like, oh, just hold on to it. I'm probably gonna buy more stuff from you anyway. I'm like,
Mhm.
okay.
Hey,
Like,
D-Back.
Yeah, we need more people like that.
right.
Yeah,
That's when
definitely.
you're spoiled with those kind of friends, it makes it hard for other people to get in.
Right.
But I think in quarantine, have you guys noticed you've gained or lost friends? Like more so, I feel like
Yeah, I've
I've lost
definitely.
the idea of being friends. I've lost the idea of how close I was with certain people through this quarantine.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like with, like I was saying with SneakerCon too. Like I was gonna go to Cleveland with this guy that's like a homie of mine. I wouldn't call him my friend, but he's definitely a homie. And like that didn't happen. And since then, like we kind of really haven't spoke like that anyway. Because like that was our means of our conversation. Like doing new merch, stuff like that. And now that
Right.
that's canceled, it's like we don't really have much to talk about because we're not quote unquote friends.
Mm.
Facts, D-Back. Shell is the Tim Tams Connect.
She is.
Tim Tams on deck.
I think since quarantine, I guess it's just kind of showed me again what friends I want to keep around. If that makes sense. Like, I don't think I've gained or lost any friends. It's just maybe people who I thought were friends are now acquaintances or even
Yeah.
colleagues at this point.
They got downgraded.
Possibly.
I think with the quarantine, I've like there's been some recategorizing. Is that a word? Recategorizing of certain individuals, and I just put them in their boxes in their drawers and move accordingly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not to say that I don't fuck with you, but it's to say that I don't fuck with you how I used to.
Right. I think the quarantine has made people move differently. Like as far as like basically like people like memes have been saying during quarantine, you either discovered you had a talent, became a hustler. Like everybody, is moving, trying to figure out how to survive this whole thing. And it's like you kind of notice, which one of your friends are just the ones who are just laying back, playing Xbox all day, and which one of your friends are like, hey, let's do something, let's put something together. I mean, shoot, during quarantine, we put this show together. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. So we started the show pretty much after quarantine.
Oh wow.
Like it had been some like we talk all the time, and me and Hella go live on Instagram all the time, like late night lives. We were infamous for it, and I've been telling Hella for the longest, for her and Dani to do a show, and then it just came about. We're like, oh well, let's just put this show together since we're always talking about things. We would always be live, and Dani's guy on the couch in the background yelling out stuff. So I'm just like, why don't we just take it? People seem to laugh at the crazy things we say. Why not just take it to YouTube and have some fun with it, see what can happen.
Yeah, this low-key motivated me to do my own show because I've always wanted to do a podcast forever, ever. But I guess I had the picture of doing it in person, and then quarantine happened.
Yeah.
So like seeing how easy and great this is going, like just know my podcast might start like next week because
That's what's up. That's a good thing.
It's not easy. Do not get this looks easy, but we put a lot of time into like this is more relaxed. We're just talking about one thing. We don't have segments.
Yeah.
But we behind the scenes we're always working on our Sundays shows.
Yeah.
Like we can put anywhere from 20 to 40 hours into our content. And I don't think that people notice. And for me, it's not that they need to notice. It's just that that's how I like to run my life. Honestly, I like to be organized. I like to have things be in order. And, when we first started this, Word was like, why are we doing that? And now she sees that it definitely helps the quality. And when, things run smoother, you have a better show. Hey, Littlefoots.
Right, because I'm just like, yeah, let's just jump into it. And you're like, no. Articles, research, articles.
Yeah, research. Know your
lists,
stuff.
List.
Yeah.
I think even during this quarantine, there were some people that like I've probably grown closer to. Particularly when it comes to like conversations and stuff. Like I definitely do talk to Kick the Habit a lot more. I do talk to J Soul a lot more. We always having conversations and text messages or in DMs because we just be talking about stuff that are going on in the media and in the news and what's going on in the world. So it helped me find like people who think, and Word thinks that I'm crazy. People who think like me as far as what's going on in the world. So I have some of the bonds that I did have that may not have been as strong, have gotten like stronger because it's like, oh wow, we do have a little bit more in common, and I talk to those people more now because of it.
I think she got closer to him because he's her kind of crazy, and he wasn't telling her no different.
Right. The level of crazy that's gonna get us on the no-fly list.
Just kidding, Kick. You're not crazy, Kick.
If in fact I come up missing, blame Kick the Habit and Dani. When the government comes and shuts us down, we're gonna have a gas leak.
Listen, I ain't going now without a fight.
Yeah, she gonna survive it, and I'm gonna be here on the couch with the dog. Like, thanks, Dani. Thanks a lot. But she did motivate me to delete TikTok after they tried to hack me.
Okay, the last article I looked up was how many friends do you think you need in your adult life? Honestly, I don't think you need any friends in your adult life. I would be okay with just me and my sister, hanging out and talking. I can talk to my sister or be on FaceTime with my sister all day, not saying nothing, and we're good. So the article says you need certain friends to fit certain seasons of your life, I guess you could say. But for that point, I think people have to realize that not everybody you meet are supposed to be in your life for a lifetime. You meet people who come into your life for a season or come into your life to teach you something, and you take what they give you and you let them go.
They come in for a season or a reason.
Yes.
One of those two.
And you can't mix up seasonal people with lifetime friendships because that causes a lot of hurt and disappointment, I think.
All right. I think it's hard. It's hard for me because I'll definitely say like between you, Dani, and Shell, like as long as I have like you three, I feel like I'll be good. But also other people bring other type of things to my life. But I mean, I think Dani ruined it for everyone because like I could literally just be trapped with her and laugh all day, and I'm not worried about anything.
That's facts, but she's still driving you crazy.
Oh yeah, she still drives me crazy for sure. But
I make you sane.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, I definitely need a couple friends too. I don't know how many, but I need at least like I would say like 3, I guess 3 or 4. Because you do certain things with certain friends. Like I have certain friends that like I could play basketball with. Then I have a certain friend that I could go to the mall with. You know what I mean? You kind of need certain friends that don't like doing everything. It's not all your friends are gonna have the same like likes and hobbies.
Right. I feel like that you do need like you said, I feel like you do need a couple because I think and this is just us being humans and for it to help stimulate our our mental and our psyche, that we need a few of those people to make connections with, to do certain things with, so that we're making memories and evolving, so that we're not left with nothing to go stir crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
I think I was traumatized by all the TV shows we watched back in the day, like Saved by the Bell and all that, to think what like everybody should have this. Like in my mind growing up, I thought everybody would have this group of friends that they grow up with, and then you guys get older and you all get in relationships, and then you double date in cabin in the woods, and you guys go on ski trips, and none of that happened. Like no beach trips, no cruises together. So I think
That is, you know what I realized about those certain type of friendships? They're not real friendships.
Right.
They're not, or I should say, they're not quality friendship. Because at the end of the day, that group of friends, every person is going to be more loyal to one than the other, and then it's just like it all falls apart at that point.
Right. Yeah. I think
But
it's
I
like
mean,
a mask, or like, you know, a picture they try to paint. Like, hey, we get together once a year and do this trip, but we don't really talk to each other outside of that.
Yeah.
and I have
think
friends who I met in kindergarten that I'm still friends with to this day.
Friend,
But we're
friend?
not those type of lifelong friends who hang out still every day or, you know, periodically. Like, I haven't seen them in years, but they're still my friends, and we still have a whole bunch of history together. So I wouldn't discount that just because, you know, we haven't talked, but I wouldn't say I absolutely needed them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Feedback is facts. You definitely need a foodie friend. Everybody has to have a foodie friend.
Oh,
True.
yeah.
Someone who you can call at the drop of a dime, like, yo, let's go get this food.
A food friend, a travel friend.
Yes.
A movie friend. Like, I'm a big movie person, a movie and music person. Like I always say, Hella is my musical soulmate. Like, I could be singing, we'll be on FaceTime, and I'll sing a random ass song, and she finishes the lyrics, and I didn't even know she was listening to me.
Every time.
And who your movie friend? Because it ain't me.
Oh, it definitely ain't you, because you don't appreciate any of the movies I try to put you onto. I don't know who.
What are some
my movie-
movies?
Like, she just within the last year saw Step Brothers.
Eh,
I don't like that movie.
What?
yeah, it's really not that
I
crazy.
don't know any of you.
Thank
I
you.
don't know any of you right
One
now.
movie that I hate that people don't want to watch is Inception. That's like one
I
of
love
Inception
that
is
movie.
amazing.
I,
Inception. What's the other one with Leonardo DiCaprio? The one in
every
Boston
movie
where he's
he's
a
ever
cop.
in. Him and Denzel are like, they're in the movie, you have to watch it. It doesn't matter what
Basically.
the topic is.
Like,
There's a movie
me and
called,
Dani's
I think,
first
like
date.
The Last 3 Days is top 5. I don't know if anyone ever heard of it. I saw it on Amazon Prime. It's called The Last 3 Days. Trust me.
I gotta check that out.
It's one of those
and
good movies where you think it's gonna end at 4 different points, and it just keeps. There's like 30 minutes left.
Wait, who's in it?
I forgot his name.
Is it Russell Crowe?
Yeah, I think he's in it.
Okay, I didn't see that, but I wanted to see that. I mean,
Yeah,
there's so many movies.
That movie
Exactly.
is
Everyone likes Step Brothers.
I mean, Step Brothers is cool, but I wouldn't be mad if someone never saw Step Brothers.
Like, our first date, we went to see 21 Jump Street, and she fell asleep.
Falling asleep is not acceptable, but that's a good movie too.
Yeah, like
that was not a good movie.
She doesn't like some of the comedies I like. Like, I like Adam Sandler and like all of those comedies. She calls them white comedies.
She like weird comedy. I like ignorant comedy.
Right.
Like Don't Be a Menace.
Okay, what's ignorant comedy?
Like Don't Be a Menace.
Yeah, like white chicks.
I like what's the comedian's name? I'm drawing a blank.
Guy Girl.
Huh?
Guy Girl.
Guy.
Many Dani.
What was I say? Oh, you like D-Ray?
Yes.
Because he's ignorant.
Yep.
She was like one of the first. I remember when we first started dating. She was one of the first people I ever met to say that they don't think Kevin Hart is funny.
I don't think Kevin Hart is funny.
But this was right after prime Kevin Hart, like the special.
What do you mean? Like you don't think he's funny? Like you don't think
when he was talking about the bum bump, like the bum bump? I was in tears, about to pee on myself when that bum bump joke came out. You can't tell me that wasn't the funniest thing you heard in like a long time when that came out. But I think he can be a little annoying. He's a little oversaturated now, but I think
he uses the same jokes over and over, and all he says is the N-word. Like, it's funny the first 1 or 2 times, and then it's just not funny to me. Like, Witness, he sent me a video of Kevin Hart. He said it was the funniest video Kevin Hart ever did. And I literally did not laugh for the whole 7-minute video, and I was mad.
It's hard to like follow up. Like if I tell someone this is the greatest movie of all time, they're walking into this movie like, yo, this better be a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie, like you painted that picture and this is bad.
Right.
Like you can't be like, yo, this is the best burger I ever had in my life. Like, and then you walk in and it's like, I'm expecting the best burger I ever had in my life.
Right. It
Right,
can't taste
exactly.
like hockey puck.
Yeah.
Right, but this one, she's so like I can't. She's so picky or finicky, or it's like you know what it is. I could go somewhere by myself and have the best meal ever. As soon as I take her to go have that meal, we don't get silverware. The burger's cold. All these things go wrong because she's there, and that's just what it is. I'm just like it's just her.
No, it's facts because I've been out to eat with Danny and Word many a times, and every single time something happens. It not necessarily with our food, mostly with Danny's food because she's picky, but she will
Right.
tell somebody if she don't like something, she'll send it back.
And then it makes it hard because I can't. I'm not a person. I'm a person who I can't enjoy my food if someone else isn't enjoying their food, and she just be like, I don't want it. I'm just not gonna eat.
Or
And
when
now I'm
she
like,
eats,
well,
she makes faces, and her first bite,
That's
if
going
you
in on
see
her
a
right
certain
now.
look on her face, you know it's gonna go downhill. Because the first bite matters with Danny. She be making these faces.
right. She make these faces, be mad, someone. She be like, oh no, this tastes like the Rona. I'm not eating this.
Tiffany
It's
Haddish is
too
not funny
salty.
either.
I'm not going back to this place.
Tiffany Haddish is not funny.
Yeah, I don't
Tiffany
find
Haddish is funny in movies, like in what movie was that where her sister got catfished or thought she got catfished?
Right. And,
She's
and her
funny. Like she's
stand-up
funny
is
in
not
movies.
funny.
She's
I
not
should
funny
say
in
that.
stand up.
I think, was it Girls Night Out? That one was
Yeah.
pretty funny.
Her stand-up is trash.
Yeah, I don't find her funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I like classic like Adam Sandler, Waterboy type stuff.
I like
Yeah.
Adam
Good,
Sandler.
good.
I think my movie friend is my brother, though. He's always making me go see movies that I don't want to see, and then I'm the one who cannot take my eyes off the screen. And by the end of the movie, I'm like, I guess you were right.
I think the boy might be my movie buddy. Like he even watched like I don't know if anybody knows
Kissing
on
Booth.
Netflix, The Kissing Booth. Like I was surprised that he would even watch
I saw
that.
the
He's
trailer
like,
for that, and that movie
yeah.
looks
It's
terrible.
like it's one of those movies that bring back like kind of it's like when we used to watch Saved by the Bell. It's like that kind of like teen romance
That's a
drama,
movie you
whatever.
watch with your girlfriend, honestly, and you only do it because she wants you to watch it. Except
like
Dan. Danny's like, nah, you can
right.
watch
Danny's like, I'm not watching that shit. She's quick to tell me. I've become very comfortable watching movies on my own. She's quick.
I'm not that girlfriend that is going to watch it because you want me to watch it. I'm like, oh no, we're not doing this.
Right. She'll watch it like this. This is good. Gotta sell my turnips.
Quick comment.
Animal Crossing.
Word. You sound like you hating.
I'm
Cheers.
comfortable with watching movies by myself while you play Animal Crossing and slang turnips and things.
Yeah. 25 mil off of turnips. What you know about that?
Not a man nutter.
Yeah, you know because you was on the phone while I did it.
I wasn't listening.
Okay. Does anybody in the chat have anything else to ask or any
questions? Any questions for Nick? Any questions on where or when you can cop his merch?
I know we gotta drop this collab though before September.
Yeah, let's do it.
Or September. It could either be I'll drop merch only the 13th of the month. That's my thing.
Right.
I don't know why. And I feel like August 13 may be too close. It may not be.
Right.
To drop your collab?
Yeah, to drop our collab.
MatureKids collab.
MatureKids collab?
You said August
For
13th?
my little guy.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It could be a tie-dye shirt too. Because here I have
mean,
like the infrastructure, so like it could be a triple collab.
Triple collab, tie-dye, MatureKids, Waybeforethefame.
Yeah.
That sounds nice. I got a nice ring to
I
it.
feel like I like because I love the Selena stuff in the image, so I feel like it has to be a tie-dye with an image on it. But the image has to be like MatureKids related, like how I did my LeBron and MJT with the MatureKids on it, so it was a real photo, but it had like MatureKids in it. You have to figure out some things. Something nostalgic.
Where are you guys located?
We're in PA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're right outside of Philly.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I'm in
way
California, the
closer
Bay
than
Area.
Watch Tight.
Yeah, he's like
He's
north,
like
right?
an hour from us. Yeah, I think he's like an hour from us.
Yeah, I think he's like 45 from us.
Yeah.
Above Average Podcast said, when are we doing a collab show?
Hey, I'm with it.
I'm with it.
You know, hit us offline. We can get it popping before I get my neck chopping.
Here she go.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm just gonna be a black screen in a couple of weeks.
So we're gonna let Word do her raffle thing if nobody else has anything to add to the topic.
Yeah, I mean I think you're gonna have to do it because you know how to make the screen thingy go. Because all I was doing was pulling up the post on the Instagram. It has all the names in it and copy and paste it.
Oh, okay. Well, you guys talk while I pull that up. You should have told me before. See,
my bad. I didn't. I completely almost forgot about the raffle. Terrible. You know, I did the raffle for this beautiful Switch.
Oh, with the red and blue controllers.
Right, the fancy one.
Not the
I can't even.
Word, tell him how many months I was looking for a Switch before Bay found me one.
Right. See, that's friendship right there. Friends say they want something one time, and then that friend keeps looking for it. So that's definitely something we're good at. Like, we all know each other's shoe size and all that stuff. We know what.
Or they prevent you from buying a second pair of shoes you might already have that you didn't know about.
Yeah, without telling you that you're getting it. Oh yeah, Chino was trying to shout out Rep Milwaukee and 313, their channels. I got no problem with it. I can respect, Miss DMV for, telling them to wait. Like, usually you do
wait till the end, Chino.
Yeah. But shout out to everyone with the shows, the Above Average podcast on Fridays, the Monday Midsole on Mondays. I believe 313 is going back with her Free Your Mind Thursdays. Rep is Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken. BX, are you still doing your show? He came and did one episode, and then he's too popular. He's on like 17 different shows, so you can catch him any day of the week on YouTube somewhere.
Yep.
I think he's gonna start a podcast about the Giants. It's gonna be real short.
He be show hopping. That's what people who buy 34s do. They show hop.
I'm a Dolphins fan, so.
I used to like. I was a fan. I was a fan of Marino.
I'm a diehard fan too.
You're probably like the third person that I know.
Oh, what's the name of the Dolphins fan?
The Dolphins fan. Steve. My son's godfather.
Yeah.
My best friend's husband, and I found that out because I was in her wedding, and the groom's cake had dolphins on it. I was like, this is blasphemous.
Yeah, that's it.
And now you.
Yeah, I'm a Dolphins fan. We'll see what happens.
BX belongs to the streets.
He do.
He out here show hopping. That's why he ain't responding now, because he probably get another show.
Mm-hmm.
These hoes ain't loyal.
So you doing the raffle now?
Oh yeah, Hella's trying to get it together and put everything in.
I'm just typing the names out, guys. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no problem.
The Washington National Football. Yeah, good luck to all of those Washington fans, man. It's rough. I mean, the way it's adding up, I don't even know if there's going to be a football season. Yes, I do like Jalen. He is a great acquisition for the Cowboys.
Shout out to y'all for giving us your corner.
Do you have Nick? Do you have any like merch now, still in stock, or?
Yeah, I have some. Very few though, honestly. Very few. But I have so much merch. Like with me, like I have like big plans. Like I had huge plans prior to COVID. Like I was gonna do like a standalone pop-ups like in New York and like in Soho and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna buy a school bus actually.
Nice.
That's a different story. But I was gonna buy a school bus and like convert it into a store.
Mm-hmm.
But with COVID, I didn't do that. But I did buy like a Japanese truck. I don't know if you guys saw it on like my Instagram.
Yeah, I've been watching you fix it up and paint everything.
Yeah, I just got registration today. So what I'm gonna do with that truck though is I'm gonna use it to like drive to like Williamsburg and like Steinway and popular areas. I'm gonna put merch on the back and then like just set up shop right there, like in the street.
Mm.
Like that's what I want to do. But I want to do like a standalone pop up with like a Apple collab, like with me and like a fake Apple collab. I bought like a bunch of old Macs. I bought like old MacBook. Like remember the colored ones? There's one right next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's heavy as hell. But I have like 4 colors of these.
Wow. I remember those.
We had those I had those in high school.
Yeah, so I have like this color. I have like orange one, the pink one. I have like the printer. I have like the old MacBook laptop. I don't know if you guys ever seen that one.
The clams?
Yeah, I have the clam. I have all the clamshells.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do they still power up?
Yeah, it works. Yeah, 100%.
Wow.
Oh, I've had my my Apple MacBook since 2007, and it's still going good. And it was like 6 years old when I first got it.
Yeah, I was buying these on like Facebook Marketplace like months ago because I wanted to do a pop up like around this time. But then COVID happened, so I even have like AirPods that I was gonna give away for free at the pop up, but that's delayed till I don't know. I don't even know. I would say the winter, but I don't even know.
Right.
The flu season might make it worse, so
It's tough.
Yeah.
Word. I remember we used to do this thing, Groove on Grove in Jersey City, New Jersey. They used to have it on Fridays or whatever, and there was this the place we used to get dog stuff. I forget what it was called. Remember the little dog place? But he had the trailer.
A truck.
Yeah, truck. It was the trailer thing, right?
Trailer that he converted
So
into,
basically, he got like a trailer, a trailer that you pull with a truck, and he built like a store front on it, which I thought it was dope because we were thinking like some kind of like you're saying getting a bus, but at the end of the day you're gonna run miles up. So I was like, if you get a trailer and build it on there and tow it, you can always switch out your cars. Like
you can walk inside the trailer.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the trailer, when he
store.
parks it, he puts it down. It has steps that come out. It opens up. It's his whole store. So basically, like just imagine like a long trailer like the landscapers use, and he just built a housed thing on it.
Yeah.
So basically, I think he said it cost him like $2,000 maybe.
I was gonna buy a short bus and just gut the whole thing out, take all the seats out, put like hardwood floors, and then you would enter like if you were getting inside a cheese bus, and you would leave through the emergency exit. I was gonna build like stairs.
Oh,
it would be like a whole like shopping experience.
That's dope.
There's what's his name? Shoe Plug. I forget where they are. Shoe Plug. It might be in like I want to say Maryland, but I don't think exactly. But they have a bus.
And they do that?
Yeah, they have a bus with like slat walls with stuff on it.
Oh wow, that's fire. Yeah, I got my little Japanese truck now. I'm have some fun with that.
Yeah. All right, so Hella's got it together. The 25 names. Now.
Do you want me to shuffle?
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna shuffle. We'll let Nick pick a number to shuffle.
I want to pick 13.
13. So we shuffled 13 times and hit the spin. Now you can see this is live. This is not rigged because Dani did buy 2 slots legit, like sent me the money. So if she wins, don't think it's some rigged thing. Like I did this to rig it.
I wish I bought a slot.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let's see.
Let's see if the winner's watching. Damn! It was so close to the bro BX.
Wow!
Shout out to Trell G09. He was in there live earlier when I was gonna do the giveaway at noon, but not a lot of people seem to be up. So let me take a quick picture of this so that I can post it onto my Instagram, and I will hit the homie up for the Addy, and he will be receiving this beautiful thing.
I don't never be winning nothing.
I might do some more. Look, I won for you, okay? I don't win nothing for me, but I won the tie-dyes for you, and in return, I was blessed for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna tie-dye thing too. I bought a whole kit and everything, and I have like when I used to work at a liquor store. Funny story: this lady who used to steal socks. I have so many socks. Like I used to buy like the pack of socks for like $2.
Wow.
Yeah, like she used to steal so many socks. Like, I had like a bunch of elite socks too. Not even the 6-pack.
The Nike socks.
Yeah, Nike socks.
Yo, those things are getting like you don't understand what I gotta do to get socks. It's ridiculous. Like
You go to the outlet,
everybody must be tie dyeing, so everybody's buying all the
Yeah,
time.
no, I follow a couple people that's starting to do that now.
Yep.
Only stocks though. I haven't seen the shirts you do are fire, but I've seen a lot of people.
Got one of them on right now.
Damn.
Oh, dang, you hit on the off-whites.
Who hit
Hey,
on
some
Off-White?
people said Trell, the person who won.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of people seem to be, winning big over this COVID thing with all these raffles going on. And I think it's a pretty cool thing because it allows some people to get things for a price they may not even be able to afford. Like I was even
Right.
thinking about doing more of these, like, maybe some AirPod Pros or whatever. Because I'm not even trying to make like a killing off of it originally. Like I think I paid $330 for this with tax and everything. And I was doing it for $400, but a couple people wanted more slots, so I upped it to 25 slots. But I'm just gonna probably put that money right back into either like us or my business in general, or like I said, I might get some AirPods or something and do another raffle. It's just like because we're all just here bored, and it's kind of like another for me. I'm a bit of a gambler, like so I like blackjack and the slots, and I'm not trying to go to casino even though they did open. So it's kind of just a fun way to like, whatever.
right.
She
Like,
said a
yeah,
bit
Trell.
of a gambler.
Right. Hey, look, you were my good luck charm, so you encouraged it badly in DC. Hella helped me win like $500.
And all I had to do was sit next to her while she was playing. But then
Right.
when she won big, I was like, all right, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Her and Dani are like semi enablers. They let me gamble, and then once I win over a certain amount, they're like, all right, time to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
We know when to leave the party, okay?
Yep.
When I'm getting hot, apparently. Where yeah, Jamie's hit on quite a bit of sneakers. Jamie's the plug. I'm trying to get her luck.
Did she get like 6 or 7 pairs of shoes?
Yeah,
off
she got like 6 or 7 pair. Purn.
Burn.
That's for the baby, even though he's asleep. I
He's
sent a voice recording, and Mark sent me a video of him reacting to him playing it.
You back in here?
Well, I think if we don't have anything else to add, Word, Dani, Nick, do you have anything else to add?
I'm hella grateful that I'm on this right now. I could do this every Saturday, honestly.
Right?
This is fire.
That's where the Mature Kids was born. We
Talking
talk all the time. Hey Tay. But
And she's back.
Tay. Oh, a shout out to Tay. Tay, who is also doing socks as well. She's doing socks, but still shouts out and supports Dani. That's what we need. Like just because we're doing something the same doesn't mean you can't support. Like there, there was a comedian who said, how many different brands of bread are in the bread aisle, and they're all still eating. So you know what I'm saying? We don't have to be cutthroat. If we support everybody, we'll get everybody to start supporting us. So
11
That's
pairs,
hype dog.
Jamie. Wow.
that's spoiled.
That's
Look at her looking
hype
at you like,
Yeah, she has an Instagram. It's Yorkie Trouble 07 if y'all want to follow her. She ain't wearing no hype clothing right now because it's warm outside.
she's so aggy, like a human baby.
God.
Except for she won't fetch nothing for me. I need me a dog that fetches. She just wants to sleep and be rubbed.
I think we had a very good conversation on friendship. Listen, guys, if you have anything to say about the show or what was said in the show, you can hit me in the DMs.
Right.
We can talk about it.
Right.
Just as long as you guys know not to take it a certain way, because it definitely wasn't meant
right.
in that
Because
way.
anything I've said here, I've either already said to the people directly, or I'm willing to have that conversation. I just didn't want to I didn't want to tiptoe and have people assume anything and then go back, because I'm sure it'll get back. But it was not in any malicious way or anything like that. We can agree to disagree, and it's fine. No ill intent. I still wish them the best. I shouted out the show, so clearly I don't have any problems.
Facts. And shout out to Nick for coming on the show.
For
Yeah,
sure.
appreciate
you guys for having me.
Make sure y'all check out his page. Follow him if you don't.
We have all of his links in the
merch.
description box down below. We have his blog, his website, his Instagram, all that.
Look forward to this collab too, everyone.
Yes.
September 13th is more realistic, but it's gonna be
Yeah.
fire.
Yep.
We'll keep you guys updated on that.
She trying to kiss me. I don't appreciate this. You see this?
Okay, everybody. I am Hella Lace, aka Hella Yams. Thank you for joining.
I'll go. It's your favorite customizer, Word Customs in the building. Thank y'all for tuning in, as always.
Nick, go ahead and tell everybody where they can find you.
It's Nick from Waybeforethefame on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. It's been a blast to be on this show, and remember these faces because we all about to be famous.
Yes.
Wait.
And don't support us after because we don't want it. We don't need it at that point. We need it.
That might be the collab shirt right there. Support us now, but we don't want it.
Go ahead, Bay and Hype Up.
I am Caramel Wonder on Instagram, on Twitter, aka Dani Nicole. I run by Dani Nicole on Instagram. That's my brand. You can find links in my bio. This is Stephanie, aka Yorkie Trouble 07. If you want to follow her just to see some cute pics. And that's it. We out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.